Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. On this fine, very fine Tuesday, it's a very nice day today. Very sunny, almost cloudless, I would even say. Yeah, very few clouds. Very nice day. Very beautiful. Ouch. Ow. Ah. The hell? Oh, just did something to my hand somehow. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, put on my glove here. Let me turn down the volume a little bit on my headphones. All right. Let me also just check general volume here. Give me a second. Okay. All right. So, back to putting on the glove. All right. There we are. Goeie. All right. Wait, let me check. What what day is this actually? Or rather, not what day, what week? So this is actually the last day of week 6, huh? So day 34, if I'm reading this correctly. No, wait. Day 36, my bad. So tomorrow is the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 4, 5, 6. 36, 37, 38, 39. Oh, my bad. I named it wrong. Give me a second here. Let me rename the stream. It's day 42, actually. All right. So today is the seventh day. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So tomorrow is week in review. Huh. Okay. I didn't expect that one. If I'm being honest, let me just turn down my microphone volume a little bit here. Okay, let's just do 0. I think that should be more than fine. Let me just check on the actual stream here for a second. I mean, it is noticeably, yes, noticeably, more quiet. Yes. Hmm. Let's do like this. All right. All right. All right. Hmm. Let's do some warm ups here. See how well we are faring today. Kind of always feel like I'm not speaking with my like full voice. It feels like I'm always slightly more quiet. You know? Let's go down to 40 here on our tablet speed settings from yesterday. I mean, I actually understand the 50. Oh well. I'm certainly having significant issues here. Again with my lines. But that's okay. Just watched a little bit of Frieren, you know. Because I haven't watched it yet, believe it or not. At the time, I didn't think it would amount to much, you know. At this point in time, however, I figured, you know, it's not terrible quality because I did watch like up to episode 4, I would say. Or was it 6 even? I'm not too sure where Stark basically joins the group. Just before, so like the episode before they fight the dragon, you know. That's essentially why I watched. But I just, you know, I didn't get hooked. There were other shows coming out at the time, I think, that were more interesting to me personally. Although I wouldn't be able to remember any of them right now anyway. Let me just see. So this came out 2023. Okay, winter 2024. Interesting. So what was in that season? In that season we had oh right, Anja, like the Okenshani Naritai show. You know, the single father raising his daughter, you know, stepdaughter. Bushoku no Berserk. Okay. I mean, Death Mount, Death Plane, not that great of a show actually. Goblin Slayer Season 2. Oh. Oh. Eminence in Shadow Season 2. Okay. Yes, okay, now I understand. That's where most of my attention probably was. Oh, right, and what's it called? Like the show with the prostitute turning. No, wait, no. She was just an outer court, not a prostitute, like outer court attendant or something. Like what's it called? Um, apothecary diaries, I think. Yeah. Ah, yeah, there it is. Yes. Yes, I see it. Continuation of Nanatsu no Taizai. Oh, I remember remember. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, Sai hatte no Paladin. Okay, yes. So that, Eminence in Shadow, the diaries we just talked about. Yes, 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 yes. And the Returner's Magic should be special, I see here as well. Actually, quite the season, huh? Damn. Actually, quite the season. I had a lot of hope for um, Ragnar Crimson. Turns out it's dog shit. I read the manga before, actually, and had the exact same reaction that I had to the anime show afterwards, you know? Kind of funny how that one worked out. Kind of forgot in the meanwhile that I, you know, read the manga. But damn, you know, I don't know who did the environmental art or specifically like the urban designs and just the art in general. Like there was a scene at least. Ooh, it was just amazing. If that had carried over to the like actual animated houses that got destroyed or whatever, you know, or just basically the city scenes, it would have been amazing. Even just that, you know, oh, would have been a glorious show. Like there was this episode 1 scene where you see the town in Ragnar Crimson, the you know, town of beginnings, so to say. And it was just incredibly well drawn. Holy shit. Genuinely amazing. That's the kind of environmental art I want to be able to do, but you know, I haven't bothered looking into it yet. Into the specific artists that made this work. I don't even know if I would be able to find that kind of information. I should probably try and find whoever made those designs, you know, because Jesus, I was so hyped when I saw that, you know. But as soon as the animations came into play, you know, the 3D dragons and such, that hype diminished rather quickly. Not necessarily only due to the 3D animations, though, you know. More so of what came afterwards. When they started driving around in fucking military tanks or trucks, basically, modern military trucks. I also never understood why they were trying to fight the dragons with silver swords. You know, instead of just using guns, perhaps loaded with silver bullets, I don't know. But at the point where that kind of question would come up, you know, I was already checking out. I was already done with the show in the sense of, you know, I dropped it. So I think that was like, what, episode 4 at best? So right after defeating the... Well, right after defeating the second progenitor? No, what were they called? Like the special elder dragons? Whatever. These guys, you know? The one in the woods, in the forest, that could, if I remember correctly, move the trees around and such weird, like nature kind-esque magic powers, you know, that kind of guy. After they killed him, I was pretty much done. Because, well, they proceeded to destroy everything they just built up in terms of rules and consistency, literally everything. It's like drawing the Mona Lisa halfway through, or say you're sketching the Mona Lisa. Imagine you are in the shoes of, was it? Wait, who actually made the Mona Lisa? Let me think before I say something retarded. Actually, let me just look it up. Okay, it was Da Vinci. Okay. I was about to say Da Vinci, and then I was like, wait, wasn't Da Vinci the guy that invented a lot of stuff? Then I was like, nah, it can't be him. I'm misremembering. So I had to look it up. All right. Just imagine you're Da Vinci, right? Sketching out the Mona Lisa. You know? Then you proceed onto putting paint onto the canvas, right? An arduous journey. And you sit there for however many hours it took, probably weeks, if we're being honest. He was probably a very careful artist, I would say. I don't know though. It's just my headcanon. So let's just go with that. And then instead of finishing it, the last few brush strokes, you just take a very bright and very powerful red and you just cross through the entire image. And you paint over abstract modern art instead. That's, essentially how I felt when I was watching Ragnar Crimson. It was like a kind of spitting in your face that's insane. Like, I don't mean to be, more confrontational than I have to be, but Jesus Christ, if you watched that show and you thought it was good, you're fucking retarded. Unironically, you're mentally ill. That's insane. Genuinely. That's absolutely fucking insane. Who? Who can watch that show and be like, yes, that's exactly my kind of show? I mean, in a sense, I guess I could understand if you're the type of person to watch B movies or the B movie, unironically, for the reason of, well, it's a trash movie, therefore I watch it. Or maybe ironically, I guess would be more apt to say, more accurate, no? Because you're watching it to have fun. You're not taking the movie seriously. Or the show or whatever it is you're watching. I guess in that sense, I could understand. But like unironically, no. I can't imagine a human being watching Ragnar Crimson or reading the manga and unironically thinking it's good. I just can't imagine such a person. Like, I can't. I mean, if I were to say this, or if anyone were to say something similar, right? In the presence of someone like Shiori, right? She would be a contrarian just to be a contrarian. Just to poke fun at you, because you're having such a strong opinion about something that's not really relevant or important or whatever her reasoning might be. I'm not, I dare not assume. But like, yeah, I can't imagine anyone unironically watching that shite, that shite, and thinking to themselves, that's great, that's amazing, I need more of this. I can't. My mind is incapable of comprehending such evil, Well, anyway, I'm trying to just warm up. Maybe I should go a bit slower here. I also kind of want to stand like a normal human being, if that's possible. Hmm. I think at some point in a very early stream, I said that it seemed like the edge of the canvas was vibrating, you know? I think it was my first 3-hour stream or something. Not quite sure which one. But turns out that's actually what's happening, because the desk I'm using is so flimsy that every single motion I do on my tablet is directly translated onto the display, onto the monitor itself, which then starts wobbling around. And you notice that most prominently, that small wiggle on this line here. Turns out I wasn't going insane after all. Well, anyway, I watched Freerin. I think I said that before, right? It's good. It's good. If I had to say something that I didn't like about the show, it would probably be, or rather, it's most definitely the disappearing of monsters thus far. I don't know if that's like a set rule yet. I'm not quite sure, because it might have just been Freerin herself that, you know, specifically disappeared the dragon after he was beaten. Could have been her. I don't know. But if it's not her, if it wasn't her conscious decision to disappear the body to ensure that, say, there is not a massive cadaver hanging around, you know, to attract beasts or such to the town, but instead it is like, you know, as you know it, in some isekais or just fantasy shows, anime shows more specifically, monsters just disappear after they have been defeated, you know, like in a video game, essentially. Anyway, I just wanted to say, if that's like a set rule in the universe, that's something I really don't like about it. It just robs the setting of the seriousness, you know, in my opinion. It's like an important piece in the puzzle of a meaningful story set in this specific, like, you know, setting, this fantasy magic setting. Just imagine all of the, I don't even know the lore really, but later parts of Game of Thrones. Just imagine all of the Frost Legion enemies just despawning, or any other people for that matter. And it's kind of funny, you know, it's like, so humans can have magic, right? Specifically going back to Freerin. Humans are able, not all of them apparently, but some of them are able to have magic, right? Monsters are probably made only of magic or some similar compound. How come humans, mages specifically, that die don't disappear or despawn? Or do they despawn? I don't know. I haven't watched that far yet, you know. I'm just at the point where they are being reintroduced to the demon threat. So like they just arrived in the, I don't know the town name. I think it was Granat. Yes, actually. I think it was Granat. Granat. Granada. It's kind of funny how all of these names are German. And how the how the evil demon is literally called a liar. Is literally called liar in German. Kind of funny. Also like the explanation of how they use language. The demons, I mean, you know. Kind of funny how that works. Hmm. think the last town, what was it called? I think warm, so like literally warm. For like, I think it wasn't the last town. No, no, wait. The last town was the one with the dragon. The town before that, where they cleared the rubble out of the sea and away from the beach. You know, that town was called Warm. Pretty funny. Stark is literally strong. Fern is literally distant. Frieren is literally frozen. You know, emotionally. You might say developmentally, because she's a, you know, elf. Himmel is literally called heaven. You know, I mean, you can translate it as sky or heaven. If I had to guess, though, they more meant more like the, you know, eschatological, is that the word? Paradise, essentially, you know. Himmel as in, you know, God's realm, essentially. What was the dwarf? I think Eisen, so like iron or iron. Iron, I think, right? That's a proper pronunciation. Just reminded me of Kiara's iron. 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 I wonder how you say ion then. Like, you know, the metal, iron, and the particle, the ion. Ion? I don't know. Like I-O-N or like E-O-N. I don't know how to pronounce these letters. English is such a weird language. Maybe going forward I will just only speak German. Probably not. I really can't draw ellipses, but you know, I'm trying to at least improve the things that I see I could improve on. I don't know if it's the most effective way of improving in this particular field, but that's just life. Sorry. Ouch. I don't know, huh? Sometimes I can do these warm-ups just fine. Other times I fail most miserably at the easiest warm-up exercise, you know? Okay. I mean, I don't think it did anything, but no, I still see the artifacting. But it should be okay. Let's move over to drawing something interesting here. I do have to say I really enjoyed this color picking though here. I think I just used the flow size brush here, right? Yeah. Looks like I did. Plus something else. Was it like the foam fill thing? This one here? Probably. I would assume. Mhm. It's kind of funny how some of these drawings are just so far outside my current skill. Like, whenever I look at this mouth, I'm like, who drew this? Why does this look so real? Like, some parts of it, not the entire thing, specifically the lower lip, and I would even say up to the teeth, you know? But the upper lip is kind of, that's already kind of stylized, cartoonish thing. But like the lower lip and the lower jaw, like lower teeth, whatever you call them, just look so like so incredibly well rendered, despite it being the exact opposite of well rendered. Maybe this is the kind of principle, in a way, that what's his name? I should actually write down these guys' names because I'm very forgetful. Um, an artist I talked about, I think 3 streams ago or something, maybe a bit longer. An older man. What was his name? Not Smithman. Smithman? Smithman. Not Scott Robertson. Stephen Travers. Right, Stephen Travers. Ah, yes. Yes. What was I saying? All right. Maybe that's the kind of principle he's talking about, when he is um, giving a lesson on drawing more detail by drawing less, or representing more detail by drawing less. Maybe it's like in a good book. This kind of like mouth drawing. It's kind of like a good book where there is just enough room for you to do some imagination and fill in the blanks. Just enough to supplement the writing style, you know, of the particular author, to support it, essentially. So what am I gonna do today, though? Practice week 6. All right, I was trying to draw this kind of thing here. Very poorly, though. Hmm. 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 I don't know, huh? Don't really know how to draw clothes. Like, I can at least see that this shoulder doesn't have enough room, and that this arm in general is too far. This This seems better. Maybe even going up a bit here. Control Shift A. Let me just try and draw today from my chair a little bit, so I don't, destroy my feet too much here. We'll see how long it works out. Probably not too long. But we'll see. It will either work out or it will not. It is what it is. Can get rid of this. Also get rid of this. Some of this here. Maybe that's a bit too large. Or rather, it definitely is. Also, this could be smaller. Like it's not supposed to look like a skirt, I kind of made it look like that, I think. Okay. Let's try. Let us try. Ouch. Fingers already hurting. And I never find my brush tip. Okay. Let's do something like this. Maybe something like that. Maybe that's already enough. Maybe that works. Actually, not really. I'm not minding the bend here. I think. I have a feeling that's what I'm forgetting here. Sometimes that kind of stuff is very important, You wouldn't believe, unless you've done it, how, or observed it rather, how some, seemingly minute or unimportant details make or break an image. Kind of like PR. A singular, misstep, essentially. And you might destroy everything you've done up until this point. It's kind of funny how that works. I mean, at the end of the day, as an artist, you are trying to sell people something. Not necessarily because you make money or you're trying to make money off of your art. More so in the metaphorical sense. of selling you an experience or an idea or a setting, you know, usually something not real, not always, but sometimes, Or what we are always doing, however, is selling you the illusion of three-dimensional space. I don't know why I went on that tangent right now, but I did. So deal with it, I guess. I don't know. Hmm. Ouch. Hmm. I also caught up on Spy X Family, I think. Yes, Spy X Family. If I'm being perfectly honest, I kind of found the last big fight kind of, I don't know, not particularly believable. Like season three in general kind of felt like a, a breaking out or a breaking away from um, the characters we used to know in years prior seasons, basically. Kind of felt like, you know, they weren't really themselves anymore. Like aliens wearing a skin suit. Now it all makes sense. The aliens have been among us all this time in the form of animes, girls, and other things. Hmm. 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 I don't know. This kind of looks weird. All of it is looking mighty weird. I do have to say, let me turn on the light here. I kind of feel like I'm getting too tired all of a sudden. At least sitting seems to be working fine for today. Or at least right now. I don't know. Don't want to draw on this. Don't want to draw this anymore. I hate you. From now on until forever. Hmm. Also, I'm not really feeling like drawing suits today. I don't know. I mean, probably just because I'm not good at it and I kind of want to, what's it called? Basically just ignore it until it gets better. The modern worldview, or perhaps the old Guardian worldview, old Guardian, old Guard worldview. Just wait and believe, and it will be better. Kind of stuff. Hmm. Hmm. What do I do? What do we draw? Let me just look at Pinterest before I just stare at this empty canvas for the next 15 minutes. Pinterest.com. Let us check it out. It's a me. Mm, all right. Hmm. It's an interesting mechanical leg here. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting stuff. Hmm. Boom, boom. What? Oh, what are we going to look at? Hmm. It's kind of weird here. Ooh. It's a very nice way to do some industrial design sketching. Damn. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. It's a lot of perspective work that I'm really bad at. Man, I want to do things that are easy, give me lots of experience, so that I'm immediately the best artist that could possibly exist. But that's not gonna happen unless all of them have a heart attack at the same time. I probably should put my my black diary away while saying this. Damn, all of my tiredness is kind of like coming back to me right now. I don't know why. Why now of all things? Like I've had plenty of time beforehand to rest, and I tried to, but obviously, of course, I wouldn't be able to then when I wanted to sit down or lie down and just have a little evening nap or something. You know, evening nap. Wait, that's no, that's the right. Is it the right word? No, it's not the right word. Let me translate this. Uh, my brain just kind of got stuck trying to write translate evening. Okay, no. Then I mean morning is just okay. Morning is just that. Hmm. Hmm. Midday would be the right word, I guess. No, like high noon. No, I mean, what's the literal translation of this? Noon, midday, lunchtime, noontide, noonday, noontime. It's noon in time. It's noon in time. So great. Till she started nooning all over the place. Damn. Like the method looks so complicated to draw a concept, you know, to make a design for a product or something. So industrial design, I mean, you know. It looks so difficult, but man, these results are insane. Absolutely insane. Hmm. Kind of forgot what I was just about to say. Nothing really comes to mind, probably because I'm too tired at this point in time. So I'll just do some drawing from imagination. See if I can, you know, yeah, just draw something. Anything is fine. I'm just tired right now and I can't really think. Also, the sitting might not be particularly beneficial here right now because I'm sitting in a very weird way again. But therein lies the issue. Therein lies the issue. Wait, what was I about to say? Fuck. I'm almost delirious. I feel like I haven't slept the past 5 days. Jesus Christ. This is worse than any of these, like, you know, doctor appointments where you have to stay up overnight. Fuck. Damn. Oh, this is difficult right now. This is difficult right now. It takes all of my concentration to stay awake and not fall asleep and, you know, wake up again at like 5 a.m. or something while the stream is still running and I'm just snoring away. That would not be good. That would not be good. Let me try and draw something here while trying to stay awake. Which has to be a very tall order. Is that the right word? I think it is. Tall order. Tall order. As in very special kind of service. Or yes. Very tall order is like, yes, trying to overcome something or help someone out, right? While facing a magnificent hindrance. What was I talking about? Significant hindrance? What the hell? What the hell? Ouch. Ouch. What the hell? What the hell? Maybe standing wasn't that bad after all. If this is how tired I am sitting, do I want to know how bad it's gonna get before it gets any better? Okay. It didn't get any better. At least not in the immediate. What the hell? Okay. Give me an arm here. So one of the biggest issues yesterday's was the proportions of the arm. I neglected that and had to correct it afterwards. What is this? That's not an arm. Something really stupid, but funny, I feel like. What the hell? Anyway, anyway, I'm currently preoccupied trying to stay awake. I don't know why. I'm so tired all of a sudden. Like I literally just got up from watching Frieren. Frieren. Oof. Hmm. What is this? What am I drawing here? Ah. Ooh. Okay. Ah. Okay, I need to drink something here. Maybe it's what I'm drinking, huh? Maybe it's the crash out. Crash out? Like the crash after, say, drinking too much coffee. Or in my case, drinking too much sugary drinks. You know? Too many. Too many sugary drinks, and then I stop drinking a sugary drink, and I just drink water. Because I'm like, I can't keep drinking sugary drinks all the time. And then I'm tired all of a sudden. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I didn't draw a whole lot yet. Huh. Just want to do some. Let's just do some basic. Ow, ooh, ouch. Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Oh, okay. Even though I'm just standing around, that hurt a lot. All of a sudden, my legs hurt then. Oh, my foot rather. This is terrible. Kind of felt I was getting sick today. So, immediately went and made myself some tea. I don't know what it's called in English. Something weird, I'm sure. Let me see. I kind of want to know now. Sage. Yes. Basically made sage herb tea. Herbal tea. Rectangular cutout. Switch. This is like a real image. I have to say, this teacher knows. He just knows. What is this? Damn. So much amazing art. So many amazing things. Damn. Ooh. This guy is interesting. He's like just taking some face photograph of someone, and he's superimposing a skeleton head on top of it with slightly more exaggerated like forms. You can just almost feel the 3D effect of what he's drawing. It's insanity. Looks really fun. Looks really fun. I just want to have fun when I'm drawing. That's really all. Just want to have fun when I'm drawing, and perhaps through that, I will learn how to draw. But, just doing it randomly doesn't seem like the best idea. I just don't know where to start, where to begin. But I think I was right with my assessment last time with the shading. And if you use it to follow forms, like if you follow forms with your shading, right, the forms pop out a lot more. They already start looking a lot more three-dimensional. Like, Jesus. Oh! Did this guy actually draw this on a pencil, or with a pencil on paper? No, he actually used, not graphene, graphite. Absolute beauty. Incredibly beautiful. I just can't seem to find anything interesting here to draw. I'm seeing a lot of different artists now all of a sudden. But like, yeah. Oh well, anyway, let's just draw something we know. I know how to draw, roughly. So let's just do a human. Let's take a pose here. I'm feeling like some slightly extreme perspective, perhaps. But I always tend to use that incorrectly. I mean, I guess I could just do some 1-point perspective or 2-point perspective at best. It's kind of nice listening to the birds, sing you a song. Really fun. I think just yesterday after finishing stream, or was it the day before? I don't quite remember. I had like a bird visit me. No, it wasn't after stream. I actually said something about it on stream, right? Yes, I did. Something along the lines of like I'm a Disney prince. Now I'm a Disney prince. Hmm. Hmm. So I would probably follow this line here, yes? Then I would roughly try and follow this line. Actually, I'd have to do something like this. This maybe? I don't know. It's not gonna be pretty anyway. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, because like there was this episode in Freerun, right? Kind of like thinking about how the monsters are actually conceptualized in the sense of the permanence. And she did say something about demons having like actual children, but the parents basically leaving the children to fight for their own, immediately after giving birth to them, basically. So that kind of makes me think whether or not they actually are like, evaporating. Hmm. Maybe I didn't pay enough attention to what Frieren was doing when they killed the dragon. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I guess slowing down doesn't hurt. I'm already gonna take a while anyway, so might as well just slow down a little bit here. Don't want to draw this too much like that. Hmm. It kind of feels nice, you know? Just actually relaxing and taking my time here. I'm not gonna, improve just because I finished the sketch an hour quicker, I don't think. And I want to be more mindful about what I'm doing. Not entirely certain if that is going to change much, but, maybe it will. And what if this is the greatest change I can make to actually learning to draw is just to actually slow down and think about what I'm doing here, what I'm trying to represent, like actually slowing down. Not just saying I slow down, actually doing it too. It's kind of funny how immediately, almost immediately, like when was it? I'd have to look. It was basically Nerissa's stream where she just titled the stream as stream here. So like this, right? Stream here, right? That was the title. And I don't remember what I was doing in my art or like with my art, but almost as if it's like, some sort of higher power trying to tell me something. I think when I ended stream, I thought to myself something like, um, as I always do when I'm drawing, right? That the attempt is good enough, that I'm just even just the change of doing this like drawing stuff, is already a lot better than what I did before, in terms of trying to improve here. I think I either watched her stream. I think I watched her stream after Yeah. After doing some drawing myself, when I opened it, and I just still held the thought in my mind, I was just describing that I am improving, by just simply doing this instead of not doing it, right? And she just said um, that you can't just stop at making the change, something along those lines. You actually have to put in the work, like almost immediately after opening the stream. That's the line I heard, you know. It's like, it was a long wind up for something this benign, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It kind of struck a chord, I guess you could say. Hmm. 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 Don't know what I'm doing here exactly, why I'm drawing this in. I'm just like, trying to take my time, I guess. I don't know. So let's try and find some landmarks here. It's usually very interesting. It's like the outline of the belly, somewhat, but I don't think I can do it properly. I kind of feel like the boxes are restricting me a bit too much, so let's just literally draw outside the box. Think outside the box, draw outside the box. Does this work? I don't know. Hmm. Don't know if this is right. No, I don't want to do this. Let's say we mark this a bit here actually. No, I want to draw the leg somewhere here. But not as it... how should I do this? Maybe that will only just work once I actually planted the feet, huh? Somewhere. I feel like. Hmm. Ouch. Ow. Kind of looks like a chicken leg. Maybe I should have actually started with plotting out where the feet would be. But I mean, hmm. Ouch. Ow. 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 Okay. Okay. I'll sit down again. It kind of worked earlier, drawing a little bit while sitting. I'll try that again because my leg's starting to hurt really bad. Hmm. Maybe it's because you know, tried to not sit too much in this chair. That's why perhaps I can sit a little bit longer in it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let me just get the desk down a bit here. The only issue I have with this, is that I have to bring the desk quite far down to actually sit comfortably and be able to draw. But then I have to readjust my armrests every time. Hmm. I can't draw a foot. How would I break down drawing a foot? Like I've seen Chomang do it, right? With like these arches of sorts. But I don't know if that's actually going to be helpful. We can try it certainly, but I don't know. I also think this is kind of wrong here. There's not enough of a bend in this. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, huh? I know so little about this. I know so little about drawing. As soon as I try and draw something without reference, it just gets worse every second I spend on it. You know? Hmm. Terrible, terrible drawing skills. Absolutely horrible. Insane. How would one go about drawing these? Maybe it's something more fundamental in the entire pose that I'm not noticing immediately that's actually causing all of this. Hmm. Hmm. Something about it is not working. Something major. At least I'm not as tired anymore. Somehow I recovered. Hmm. Hmm. Oh well, let's sideline this for now. I should certainly, most definitely, try the approach from Mark Brunet, I don't know. The artist without the hair on his head. The bald artist. Not the green bald artist that occasionally eats your nightmares. Just the bald artist. It's also a man. But then again, hmm. Then again, I do have to say the green artist didn't ever provide pictures either, so I guess that means that's also a man, even if the voice is very nice. You know, every, what is it called? Every woman is a man, every man is a man, and every child is an FBI agent. Right? Was that the saying? I think it was. What? I think it's a rule of the internet, no? Rules of the internet. Know your meme. Do not talk about rules 2 to 33. There are no girls on the internet, is the short version, I guess. No, it's not really. What was it? Hmm. Where did I hear that? Where do I have this from? Every. Let me see. Rule 63. Is that what I mean? No. Hmm. There. There it is. No. No, it's not. I have to find this out now. There are no girls on the internet. Um. mm, right. So get the fuck out. Right, 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 right. I guess it's been cleansed from the internet. It's too offensive for the wrong people. Anyway, it's certainly something I'm gonna be remembering. I don't know where I heard it though. Hmm. Anyway, my leg is starting to hurt now. Let me see if I can find something interesting to draw. Because so far I was not very successful. There are no girls on the internet. Oh, I guess I was extending the saying. It's Rule 29 on the internet. All girls are men, and all children undercover FBI agents. Okay. Hmm. What to do? What to do? That's one hell of a drawing. But nothing that catches my interest here immediately. I just want to draw good and well and nice and cool stuff. Interesting things. Hmm. Hmm. Oh well. Shoulder blades. Shoulder blades? No. Shoulders. Shoulders. Hmm. Head. Hips. Line of action. Then guess we can draw in the rib cage with the center line somewhat. It's kind of a weird pose. No? Like a very weird pose. Is this even a pose? What is this? How is this even? I don't know, man. Mindlessly drawing is not helping me improve. But what else to do? Hmm. 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 This is too long. So more like. Wait. Just try to remember some basic things. So let's have this character look at us. Ouch. Does this make sense? You can kind of tell this is supposed to be like a hand, I think. I don't know. Hmm. Does this make sense? I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. Oh, it sounds like I have to close the windows here in a moment. Why did this all of a sudden work? And even though I'm not, necessarily slowing down anymore, kind of feel like I'm more relaxed when I'm drawing right now than I was earlier, which isn't a bad thing by any means. Don't know what kind of shape I want here. Let me just have a look outside really quick. Um, I'll be right back with you. Give me just a moment. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll probably have to close the windows, so might take me a few minutes. Damn. Alright, I have returned successfully. Unfortunately, I remembered I still had some clothes in the washing machine. Oh well. Is this readable enough? This is horrible. Where's the arm? Ugh. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. Damn. Oh, hello. Hello and welcome. You just... How do I... Ugh! This is so... Ugh. I have to do something about this later. Ooh. Terrible, terrible foot. I'm like receiving psychic damage of some sort. I think I'm trying to do too much with this leg here, actually. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. Just for now. How do these shoes usually go down? I think pretty... Wait. How does one draw a high heel? Like, I mean, actually, I have no idea. This looks more like a hoof. A hoof? A hoof, I think. Is that English? Possibly. Terrible dog shit. Let me look at some high heels here. I have to do something about this. Build the form pointing downward. Simplifying forms for gestures and poses. For figures drawn from a high angle, build the form pointing downward. What do they mean by this? Build the form pointing downward. Oh, so like literally down as in the orientation of the page. Oh. I see, okay. I think I understand. What was I looking for? High heels. Give me... What the hell? Give me a high heel here. High heel. Damn! That's a very nice drawing of a high heel. That's also a very nice breakdown of how to draw a high heel. Okay, so there's difference actually. But I think what is common is that the heel, that the high part here of the heel, this like stick, this thing, is behind the ankle, not below it. And the weight is being distributed more onto the sole here. Kind of makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. And then you usually have this like holder thingy for the actual heel of your foot, I think. And this doesn't look terrible, at least. Could be worse, could be better, could be worse, I don't know. For better or for worse. This doesn't look too bad, I don't think. The orientation could certainly use some help here. But again, that's not terrible. All things considered, it's not terrible. Now I kind of over-exaggerated this part here. So I'm kind of like almost obligated to do it on the other foot as well. Oops. Maybe that's a bit too much. Alright, anyway, I still have to put my clothes away here for a bit. So I'll actually be right back here with you. Alright, okay. Probably won't take that long. I'll try to be quick about it. Okay, I have returned. All the clothing is put away successfully. So, yeah. I don't know what this weird pose is gonna be like, but... Hmm. Ouch. Legs hurting. Rather my foot. Probably from looking at how high heels work. Terrible. Hmm. This is not all that accurate. But no, actually, this one doesn't quite work. I'm missing some key elements, I think. First, we have to remind ourselves that this is a three-dimensional form here. I don't know, does this work? Kind of, not really, maybe a little bit. Hmm. 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 Kind of like, I don't know, trying to figure this out. I'll figure out this. Don't know. Wait, what am I doing? No wonder the hand looks weird if I'm drawing the if I'm drawing the thumb on the wrong side. Kind of like trying to figure out where she's actually looking. But that's not exactly easy for me right now. I mean, I guess I could do this kind of straight on here. Hmm. 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 This is looking so weird. Okay, this looks kind of robotic, and she's looking the wrong way. Let's try and... Hmm. Hmm. This is looking so bad. Huh. What kind of hair? Shorter, like bob thing? Probably. Hmm. Been able to sit a lot longer today. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, the head is too big. It's too far back. The shoulder's a bit weird here on the right arm. Yeah, most things stem from the size of the head, so most issues here. right this moment. So. Okay, let me see. Let me have a look. Maybe something like this. Let's see. Hmm. It took me a while. Given that this is just pulled out of my head, I would say it could be a lot worse. All things considered. You know? By a long shot. It could be a lot worse. This seems better. I mean, I could now go in and clean this all up a little bit, you know? I mean, I mostly don't need any of these. Don't need this. I could need this, actually. Don't need this. Don't really need that. This is fine. This I don't need. This is a bit weird. In the sense that it's way too much. Let's look into this mess here. What the hell is happening in here? Don't really have much of anything. No, this doesn't quite work. I don't know about this hand here. It's kind of meh. Actually, have to draw some hands. This kind of seems a bit too large, though, if I'm being honest. It's kind of better, I think. Just in terms of clarity. Although I'm not too sure about this part here. I took off my glove somewhere. And I don't remember where. Hmm. Ouch. Does this make sense? It's not the most bestest of poses I've ever seen, but it could be a lot worse, I think. Hmm. In the silhouette, if I'm looking at it, it's not too horrible, but could be better. Certainly. Hmm. Guess you should give her some pants or something. I don't know. Hmm. How does one draw a shirt? How shirt is drawn? How draw is shirt? How does one draw a shirt? Like a blouse, maybe? Is that the right word? I have no idea. Probably not. don't know how to draw clothing. Anyway. Hmm. How does one draw clothing? I don't know. Is this clothing? Probably not. Wait, wouldn't this be actually more correct this way? Because we are slightly looking up at her torso, no? Perhaps we wouldn't even be seeing all that much. Yeah. Is this like, does this make sense? Not really. It's kind of horrible. Okay, I'm just overworking this. It's not gonna improve. Ouch. By redrawing things I know nothing about. So let me just take this. It's not perfect. But hey, I mean, I've drawn worse. Unironically. We'll see how well this holds up once I've looked at something else. Then came back to this. I mean, you can tell what she's doing, I think. I'm kind of missing like some stool or something where she's putting her leg on. But like, you can tell what's going on. You can tell what's going on. That's already very good. Already very nice. I like that. Ouch. Okay, let me just drink something here. Ouch. Hmm. 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 Could it be that I've only drawn this today? Oh, these two things and a little bit of that. Horrible. Horrible. I just save this file for now. Hmm. Oh, right, I remember this. Fortunately, I don't know this artist's name. I can't read it. But this is, you know, this is the kind of sketching I want to do. Like, even just the second thing here would be perfect. Already be very amazing. Then also being able to draw furniture like this. Glorious. Truly. Truly glorious. Damn. This is so... I like it. I like it a lot. How's he drawing his like fingers here? Slightly weird here, the finger. But all things considered, I like the form he's using. It's elongated. What would this be? Cone-ish thing? Like a cone of some sort. Basically a cone, yeah. And then out of that cone, just grow the fingers. Hmm. Like this too. Hmm. Like a lot of this foam that he's using here. Like it. Like it a lot. Whoops. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Then nothing else I would want to draw here. Oh, no. Control S, not Control Shift S. Alright. Kind of also want to finish drawing this at some point, but I don't know. I don't know. I kind of had the idea that Shiori is gonna be the one throwing someone. But I don't know. Maybe I'll scrap that altogether. Hmm. 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 Okay. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll just draw a shoe. Some shoes. Shoes of some sort. Let's just draw some shoes, I guess. Try and do it from imagination. It's not like I've never seen a shoe, you know? Which isn't gonna make it easier, but a man can dream, you know? I don't know what kind of shoe this is supposed to be. Is this even a real shoe? Probably not. Hmm. What would this shoe look like? Though, I don't know. would this shoe look like? Is this even a shoe? It's an idea of a shoe. Not really a shoe though. This is already looking better. Not really making use of this, because as it turns out, not making much use of my maximum speed here when I'm drawing. Ever, really. I don't know, huh? It's kind of like a shoe. Okay, let me just get this shoe. Yes. Also, let me get this shoe. Any other shoe, maybe? Maybe like another flat shoe would be nice. It's not horrible. This is not horrible either, but it's not a flat shoe. Damn. That's one hell of a drawing. Sketching style. I have to save this. Under, I guess long dress actually works here. Because it technically is. Okay, so I mostly just see high heels. That's an interesting way of drawing shoes, though. Maybe some slippers. Maybe we'll do some slippers. It's actually making... Is this a real shoe? No, right? Oh, it's not. It's 3D generated, okay. At least not AI generated, but... No. Hoodies. No, Juan, no. Oh, this boot maybe. No. No, never mind. Not the boot. Okay. Let's just get these two shoes here. Salmon sushi slippers. Ugh. I mean, the design is not horrible or anything, but the context is just... No. No, thank you. Don't need that. Nope. Hell no. Let's put this under gesture, because why not? Put this under gesture too. Although it's more like a arch perspective. This is interesting. Gesture. Okay. Just making sure I'm saving all the stuff that I find interesting, to not have to repeat something like last time. Okay, let's go in here. Projects. Whoops. Art, drawings, reference, characters, partial, like, shoes, I guess. I'll just make a new folder here. Save, go into that folder, minimize this, get this, insert as many layers. And now we have some shoes. All right. Okay, let me make this at least just as big as this one. Almost. Okay. Oops, let me get rid of this. Can I not delete the selection? How do you delete the selection? Oh, it's the wrong layer. There we go. Selection deleted. Control Shift A. Ouch. Okay, now both of my legs are starting to hurt. All right. Let's try drawing something here. But actually, let me go and find my drawing glove really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Okay. I hope this does anything. You know, how do you study this? So let's look at this. So we have the ankle here, right? Ankle, ankle heel. And that ankle is kind of like on this downward slope of the foot here. Then we have the heel of the foot somewhere right here. Correct? I think so. And although this is a very extreme angle down at the toes, they would then be somewhat like this or more like this. I don't know how do women actually stand in high heels. Let me look at this. Let me look at some other high heel pictures. I can see where the front is open to an extent. So I can see how the toes would deform. Yeah, it's basically standing. Damn. No wonder this hurts. The way this is looking. Okay. I mean, again, it could be worse. I wonder how old this shoe concept is. Of a high heel, I mean. I guess it would be pretty old, huh? No? Maybe I'm imagining things. Okay, let me just look at some other examples here. I just want to get an idea of where the bend is and how this looks. You know, the toes. How are they bending? They're basically standing on the largest knuckle of the toes, no? Like on the underside of the foot. The sole, basically. Sole. Damn. Okay, this is not in the realm of what I want to see right now. Okay. It's an interesting angle of a shoe. Kind of looks like caisson. Is this caisson? No. It is not. Damn. Okay, there's some extreme angle too. What is going on? What is this thirst trapping here on Pinterest? This is not what I seeketh. Be gone from this realm. That's one hell of an insane flex. Anyway, nice silhouette, but still not a whole lot of reference images for, like, you know, open high heels. Just a lot of thirst trapping internet standard since 1999. The year before it existed, really. I mean, not true, but shh, don't tell the younger guys. Shh. The internet didn't exist before 2000. Imagine. all the culture we would have lost. Okay, I can't really find anything here. It's like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Hmm. 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 Then right here. Hmm. Isn't the angle a bit too much on this foot for this heel design to make a whole lot of sense? This kind of looks too extreme. Like you're standing. Let me try and wait. How far from the from is this? I mean, it could work. Question is, which foot is this? I'm guessing it's the left foot. So the big toe would be somewhere here. Actually, probably here would be this. How many toes do you have? 5, right? It's kind of like this, but a little bit further in front. So I kind of want to pay attention to where this diamond shape is angled towards, I think. I also want to keep in mind the heel here. I think that's the right word, yes. The heel of the foot. What else? And maybe the tip of the toes, which would be something like this, yes? Something along those lines. I think that's the kind of stuff I want to keep in mind. So, how close am I? A bit too close. Actually, this downward bend here is not too bad of a landmark to consider too. It's a bit too thick, I think. I have a feeling this is a bit too thick around here. So I would like to move and turn this a bit like this maybe. Also this is simply just too large. just slightly. Move it down here. What else? This doesn't quite work out. Kind of like turn it here, I think. Actually, no, wait. Hmm. 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 Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, now my leg is really starting to hurt. Even though I just came back, no? Hmm. Hmm. Ouch. Ooh, okay, I guess I won't be able to keep on going for much longer here. This also doesn't seem right. And I should be exaggerating this bend a bit more, I think. Not down here. Up here. Maybe? Maybe I'm imagining things. Kind of like a ballet dancer. Hmm. Hmm. Kind of works, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. Hmm. Oh, yeah, okay. I can hear the dryer, the clothes dryer being done. Kind of like the perfect-ish moment. My leg's hurting really bad. I've kind of finished drawing whatever this abomination is. Could be worse, I think. I think, yes, maybe. Maybe it could be worse. I don't know. Whoops. Anyway. Okay, some angle issues here. If you can see that, right? So the diamond was looking in the right direction. It's a bit too small. The biggest issue here was with the heel, you know, and this whatever you call that stick that's supporting the foot on a regular human being. So if I were to turn this form slightly like this, actually might be a bit too much. Maybe more like this. Control A. Okay, and then just thicken the leg here, just a smidge. I think this is a lot more accurate now, no? Yes, it's a lot more accurate. Not perfect, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Well, ugh. Where do we put the foot? Let's put the foot here. Something like this, maybe, huh? I kind of want to try drawing this, but how would you even break down this kind of complex shape here? Hmm. How do you break this down? I mean, I guess you could go in and just be like, well, it's basically a plane that's going from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. Something like this maybe. And then it has some extra thickness up here. Then it also has some extra thickness up here. I mean, I guess that can work. Then you just remember, I think, wait, right here or right here? I'm not quite sure. I kind of want to say here is where the, what's it called? The ankle is. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is right. In terms of where the ankle is. How does this look without the reference? Terrible. But I think you can work with this. Honestly. I think that's actually workable. Ouch. Could be worse, I guess. Let me fix some of this. Ouch. Okay, I'm really starting to hurt now. Hmm. 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 Is this a helpful way of doing this? Probably not. Is this even working? Doesn't look like it is. Hmm. I don't know, huh? I'll leave it here for tomorrow because I have to stop here. My legs is giving out. My legs are giving out. So I think pretty bad. Anyway, kind of abrupt, but that's how it is. Hope you learned something. Worst case scenario, you learned what not to do, I guess. Hmm. Anyway, um, take care of yourselves. Try to have fun when you're drawing. Hmm. And I don't know. Maybe there's a stream from the Hollow Girls. I don't know. I haven't looked. Did not take the time to do that. Anyway, that's a very nice drawing of Shiori. Interesting. All right. Well, have a nice rest of your day, and I'll probably see you next time.